In the northern forests of United States, there was a forgotten town called Black Hollow. Most maps didn't even show it anymore. People avoided talking about it. Truck drivers refused to pass through it after midnight. And every person who disappeared there had said the same thing before vanishing. Something is smiling at me in the dark. Emma Carter never believed stories like that. She was a journalist from Chicago, obsessed with exposing fake paranormal stories. Ghosts, demons, cursed towns, she thought all of it was nonsense people invented out of fear. So when her editor told her about Black Hollow, she accepted the assignment immediately. 11 people missing in 6 months. No bodies. No clues. No witnesses. Only fear. Emma arrived in Black Hollow close to midnight. Snow covered the roads so heavily that the entire town looked buried beneath ash. The streets were empty. Houses were dark. Even the gas station looked abandoned. As she drove through town, her radio crackled with static. Then a voice whispered, "Don't stop here." Emma jerked upright. The voice sounded distorted, almost drowned. She grabbed the radio dial. Static again. Then silence. Her stomach tightened. A few minutes later she found the only motel still open. Moonlight Inn. An old man sat behind the reception desk reading a newspaper. The moment Emma walked in, he slowly lowered the paper and stared at her. Not curious. Afraid. "You shouldn't be here," he said quietly. Emma forced a laugh. Tourism really that bad? The old man didn't react. Instead, he handed her a room key. Then he leaned forward and whispered, "If someone knocks tonight, don't answer." Emma smiled awkwardly. Why? The old man's pale eyes locked onto hers. Because sometimes, it pretends to be human. A chill crawled down Emma's spine. She quickly took the key and headed upstairs. Her room smelled old and damp. The wallpaper peeled from the walls. A faint scratching sound came from somewhere inside the building. Probably rats. Outside, snow hammered against the windows. Emma opened her laptop and began reviewing the missing persons files. Every victim had vanished at night. Every victim reported hearing knocking before disappearing. And one victim had written something repeatedly in his notebook before he vanished. "He is not outside." Emma frowned at the sentence. Then the lights went out. Complete darkness swallowed the room. "Perfect," Emma muttered. She grabbed her phone flashlight. That's when she heard it. Knock. 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 3 slow knocks. Emma froze. Someone stood outside her door. At first she said nothing. Then a woman's voice whispered softly from the hallway. "Please help me." Emma swallowed hard. The voice sounded weak. Desperate. "I'm hurt." Emma stepped closer to the door. "Who are you?" No answer. Only breathing. Slow breathing. Then, knock. 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 This time louder. Emma looked down. A shadow stretched beneath the door. Too tall. Far too tall. The breathing outside changed suddenly. It became deeper. Wet. Almost excited. Emma backed away slowly. Then she heard laughing. Very quiet. Very low. Like someone trying not to laugh too loudly. The voice outside whispered again. "You looked." Emma's blood turned cold. Because she never looked through the peephole. Suddenly the doorknob moved. Slowly. Once to the left. Then to the right. Emma couldn't breathe. The laughing grew louder. The door began shaking violently. Bang! 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 Emma stumbled backward, terrified. Then everything stopped. Silence. Absolute silence. After nearly a minute, she slowly approached the door again. Her hands trembled as she looked beneath it. No shadow. Nothing. She waited until sunrise before leaving the room. The old receptionist was gone. But something had been carved into the wooden counter overnight. Deep scratch marks. 3 words. You let it see you. Emma drove straight to the sheriff's office. Sheriff Daniel Hart looked exhausted, like a man who hadn't slept in weeks. When Emma told him about the motel, his face lost all color. You heard knocking? He asked quietly. Emma nodded. Daniel immediately locked the office door. Then he pulled out a photograph. It showed a smiling family standing outside a house. Daniel pointed at the woman in the picture. My wife, he said. She disappeared 2 months ago. Emma looked carefully at the photo. At first it seemed normal. Then she noticed something in the background. Standing between the trees behind the family. A tall figure. Almost hidden. Black face. White smile. Emma looked up slowly. You think that thing is real? Daniel's voice shook. I think it waits for people to notice it. The station lights flickered. Both of them looked upward. Then the radio on Daniel's desk turned on by itself. Static filled the room. Then a whisper emerged. She knows. Daniel immediately unplugged the radio. But the whisper continued. She knows. The voice wasn't coming from the radio anymore. It was coming from the hallway outside. Emma turned toward the office door. Something stood behind the frosted glass. Tall. Motionless. Its outline stretched almost to the ceiling. Then slowly, a smile appeared through the glass. Bright white. Too wide. The office door handle twitched once. Daniel grabbed his gun. The handle twitched again. Then suddenly, bang! Something slammed against the door hard enough to shake the walls. Emma screamed. Daniel fired through the glass. The hallway instantly fell silent. No footsteps. No movement. Nothing. Daniel slowly opened the door. The hallway was empty. But written across the wall opposite the office, in fresh wet letters, was a sentence. She opened the door for me. Emma stared at the message in horror. I never opened it. Daniel looked at her carefully. Then he whispered. You answered. That night Emma tried leaving Black Hollow. Snowstorms swallowed the highway. Visibility vanished. The forest beside the road looked endless. Dead. Her radio remained silent the entire drive. Until suddenly, a child's voice whispered from the speakers. Is it behind you? Emma's hands tightened around the wheel. The voice giggled softly. Then the rearview mirror tilted downward on its own. Emma looked up instinctively and saw someone sitting in the back seat. The smiling man. His head bent sideways unnaturally. His smile stretched impossibly wide across his face. Emma screamed and slammed the brakes. The car spun violently across the icy road before crashing into a snowbank. Everything went black. When Emma woke up, snow drifted through the broken windshield. The car engine was dead. and someone was standing outside, watching her. At first she thought it was a person. Then it smiled. The face wasn't human. Its mouth stretched far beyond where cheeks should end. Its eyes were empty black holes. And slowly, it raised one long finger and pointed behind her. Emma's breathing stopped because she realized something horrifying. There was someone else sitting in the back seat now, right behind her, breathing softly against her neck. A whisper crawled into her ear. "You were never supposed to stop looking at me." The next morning, rescue workers found Emma's abandoned car on the highway. The driver's side door stood open. Fresh footprints surrounded the vehicle, but none of them led away into the snow. And inside the frozen windshield, written from the inside in trembling letters, were the final words ever connected to Emma Carter. "IT smiles with your face now." For more exciting and suspenseful videos like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye. See you again soon.